Hi friends, welcome to another edition of Request a Video series brought to you by dataplatformcentral.com. In this edition, we are going to see a DAX tip, which is how we can perform a weekly cumulative calculation over month. Today's scenario has been requested by the user Magarathi Satyanathan. So let's go quickly to the scenario on hand. So the scenario is that one of my requirements suggests creating a cross-tabbed report for every month of the year with weekly cumulative sales being shown on every column. The visual shall display multiple year data, so it should be grouped first at the year level and then at the monthly level in a stepped format. Is there a way to do this easily in Power BI? The format of the report would be as below, and the format is also given. So we have a stepped report format with year at the first level, month at the second level on rows, and on columns we have the weeks corresponding to each week of the month. So W1, W2, W3, etc. up to W6 depending on the number of weeks that you have in your month. And the calculation to be used is a cumulative calculation. So week 1 will contain the week 1 data, week 2 will contain week 1 plus week 2 data, week 3 will contain week 1 plus week 2 plus week 3, etc. up to week 6 or whatever maximum week that month has, which will be same as the month total. So given a scenario like this, how can we calculate it easily? So here what we need to understand is that we can do corresponding calculations at the year level, quarter level and month level much more easily in Power BI, because there are functions like totals YTD, totals MTD, totals QTD, which directly provide us with this result. But in this case, if you see, the unit of aggregation is at the week level, and unfortunately we don't have any direct functions which provide week level calculations like that. So we have to manually calculate the weekly aggregate by applying a logic which simulates the logic that is done by functions like totals YTD, totals MTD, etc. So here, because the unit of aggregation is week, what we would need is to first create an identifier which will help us identify each week of a month. So the question is how we can do that. So we will create a DAX column, a calculated column inside our calendar table, so as to identify the week number of each week within a month. So it can range from week 1 to week 5 or week 6 depending on the length of your month. Once we find this week number, then we can use this week number to do a cumulative calculation of our required measure. So let's see a demo on how we can do it using a Power BI desktop sheet. Now let's open a Power BI sheet with a model and see this in action. So in our model, we have the date dimension, and we are going to add the new columns to distinguish the week numbers for each of the months. So we have added the additional columns: week number description, week number of month, and week number of month description. So one week number is at the year level and another one is at the month level. So depending on whether you want to do the aggregation at the month level or at the year level, we can use either of them. So in this case, we are going to use the one at the month level. So if you see the week number of month column, we don't have any direct function which provides us the week number corresponding to month. The only week number function which is available in DAX gives us a week corresponding to the ISO week of the year. So that means the week number runs from 1 to 52 or 53 depending on the number of weeks. But here we want a week number within a month. So for April, there should be 1, 2, 3, etc. And for each of the months like that, there should be, the range should be from 1 to 5 or 6 depending on the number of weeks. So we need to derive the week number of the month from the ISO week. For this purpose, we write an expression like this, which will be the week number corresponding to the current date minus the week number corresponding to the start of the month. So this will give us the offset weeks from the start of the month in which the date is falling to. And we need to add 1 to that, so that we will get the corresponding week number. So if you are in the third week of the month, means the offset will be 2 weeks from the start, plus 1 will give us 3. So using that logic, we use week number of the current date minus week number of start of month of the date plus 1. That will give us the week number of any date corresponding to the month, whether it falls to the first month of the week, second month of the third month of the week, and so on. And then we will also have a corresponding display field which is called the week number month description. This is just to show the display on top of our report. So this will just be the same value but with a word week appended to it. So this will be text, the other one would be like an integer. Now once these two additional columns are added to our date dimension, now we are ready to do the cumulative calculation based on this week number. So for that purpose, we will go to our actual table, which is the sales order items table, and then we will have a new measure added called weekly cumulative quantity of the month. So what this measure does is that it will actually do a cumulative calculation of the original measure. The original measure here itself is cumulative quantity, which is actually the sum of the quantity of sales that happened during a period. So we will calculate this sum of sales by applying a filter table. So in this case, the filter table should only correspond to that table which consists of all the days from the start of the month till the current week end. So even if we are on middle of the week, we should consider the complete week for our calculation. So that is why we are making use of this new column called week number, because the week number will still, when we use the logic based on week number, it will end up calculating the complete week even if we are at the middle of the week or maybe towards the beginning of any day within the week. It will also always calculate it till the end of the current included week. And the logic is very simple. So we use all on calendar. That means we will clear any filters, any context filters that is applied on our date dimension. Then what we will check inside is year equal to year. It has to be within the same year, and month also equal to month. So when we do these two comparisons, automatically we will only filter those dates which are falling within the current month and within the current year. So if it is April 2021 means we will only consider all dates which are falling between April 2021. And then comes the third part where we calculate the week. So there if you see, we compare calendar week number of month less than or equal to max of calendar of week number of month. That means the current context date, what week it falls to. Right from the start of this month up to this date, how many weeks are there? All dates should be included. So if we are in the third week means it will go to the start of the month, take the first week from there, and from the first week till this end of this third week, it will take the entire dates and calculate the cumulative quantity on top of that. So then we will end up getting the cumulative calculation of the quantity over the start of the month until the completed current week. So once we create a measure like this, then it's very easier for us to use this inside our visual. So let's go and create a new visual and see this in action. So because we need a stepped report, the best visual for us would be a matrix. So add a matrix, and for the row we need to drag and drop a date hierarchy, and we don't need the full hierarchy, we just need the year and the month. And for the columns we need the week number of the month. So there we have this week number of the month description field which is a string field which is suited for using inside our report. So use this as the column. So once these two are added, and now we can add the required measures. So what are the required measures? We require the cumulative quantity just to show like what was the quantity during that particular week, and then we will show this cumulative quantity also, weekly cumulative quantity also, so that it's easier for us to see. Now if you see this, let's just expand this to the month level, and we can see that January it starts from 13, the cumulative quantity is also 13. Next week is 47, and the cumulative quantity will be 60, which is 13 plus 47. Again the next one is 35, the cumulative will be 95, 60 plus 35, and then the next one will be 95 plus 71, which is 166. Similarly, if you see June 31st, 31, 31, 60, 31 plus 60, 91, 91 plus 34, 125. Like that it will keep on cumulatively calculating it till the end of the month, and which will be same as the month total. 221 will be the month total. That both of them will be same in that case, because both of them represents the same total at the month level. So this is how the cumulative calculation happens over month. So using this week number and using the comparison week number less than or equal to the current context week number, and using year equal to year and month equal to month, we are able to calculate our required measure over the entire weeks from the start of the month till the completed current. Now let's see the same thing from a yearly perspective also, which will be much more easier. For this, again go back to the date dimension, and as we told, we have a week number column which will be directly obtained using the week number function. So here the week number will be calculated as week number. This is same as the ISO week number of the year, because we are finding it at the year level. We can use the same week number itself, and we will just have one more week number description which is used for the header, and there we will have the textual corresponding value week of that particular week number. And then we will use this integer value to sort it by setting the sort by column as week number. This is to get it in the correct order. If you are not sorting it by the integer equivalent, we will get after week 1, week 10 will come, because it sorts the values using text, not using integer format. So for that, we will use the sort by column as the corresponding week number. Again, once you have created it, we can come back here and we will use the matrix. Again, we will add the date hierarchy. This time we don't need month because we are looking at the year level, so we will only include year. And for the week number, we will add this week number description, not the week number of month, but the week number corresponding to the year. So it will run from 1 to 52 or 53. So if you see, it will run from 1 to 52 or 53 depending on the number of weeks in that particular year. So it goes up to 53. Now again, we can drag and drop this cumulative quantity and the measure that we created at the yearly level, which is weekly cumulative quantity. Again, if you see, it starts from, if you see the first level, it starts from 13, then 47, 60, 35, 95, 71, 166. It keeps on adding it up. So similarly, 27 plus 52, 79, plus 61, 140, plus 59, 199. But it goes all the way till the 52nd week, because we are doing it at the yearly level and not at the monthly level. So 1292. Next one is 4, so it is 1296, and like similarly it will go till the end up to which it has data. It will keep on adding and going. And now if you come back and see the yearly level measure that we have created, it will be much easier than the weekly level, the monthly level one. So if you see the weekly cumulative quantity measure corresponding to the year, here we will have either we can use calculate or sumx. So if you compare the calculate, so calculate of cumulative quantity, which is the sum of our quantity, which is the actual measure, and here the filter table will be much more simpler than the filter table that we used in the case of month. Here we have to only compare year equal to year, because we are doing it at the year level, and then again the same condition, week number less than or equal to the current year's week number. So it will cause it to add all the data from the start of the year till the completed current week. So this is an easier way by which we can calculate the cumulative, any kind of cumulative aggregation over a week, within a month or within a year. We just need to find out the corresponding week numbers at the month level or at the year level, depending on the scenario. Hope this explains how the similar scenarios can be handled easier inside your Power BI calculations. You just need to extend your date dimension to add this additional columns, and then it's just a matter of simple comparison operators to ensure that you do the cumulative calculations. Hope you enjoyed this informative video on how you can do cumulative calculations over week. Feel free to post your similar questions to request a topic series so as to get featured inside a video like this. Feel free to subscribe to my channel and click on bell icon for getting notifications. Thanks all. Meet you all soon with another useful tip like this. Bye.